Alright. So good afternoon, everyone. I am Specialist Mercedes, and today I will be conducting a block of instruction on how to orientate a map to ground by Map Terrain Association. To start off this instruction, I would like to let you guys know that the overall risk assessment today is low. As you can see, we're not outside, we're actually inside. So please just be aware of any tripping hazards such as dog toys, children's toys, any cat toys, any cords laying around, any shoes, anything like that. Please be aware of it. There is a little bit of uneven ground when it goes from carpet to hard floor, so just be aware of that so you don't go ahead and trip and hurt yourself. Another thing to be on the lookout for is the space around you. The space around you. Cannot reiterate this enough. There are chairs, tables, couches, Christmas trees that haven't been put down yet. Just lots of things around you. So please make sure you're aware of your surroundings so you don't bump into anything and make something fall over. You'll have to pay for it. Make sure you don't trip, fall flat on your face, things like that. Please have a hydration source near you. It does get hot in here. I want to make sure everybody stays hydrated. Now, as well as we are in Florida, I do want to mention that if in the case of inclement weather, which I do not think will happen, but if it does, then we will go ahead and regroup in this living room right now where we are standing in case if we are out in our separate groups at that time. And we will go ahead and regroup here at said time, and we'll continue on, find a way to complete this task today. Now I want to go over the task conditions and standards. The task is orientating a map to ground with Map Terrain Association. The conditions. You are a member of a squad or team that is conducting movement in a field environment, and you have been directed to orientate a standard 1 in 50,000 scale map to the ground. You do not have an operational compass. Now the standard. Hold the map horizontally, match terrain features appearing on the map with physical features on the ground. Orientate the map to within 30 degrees of magnetic north. That is literally how you do this, the standard right now. Now I will be demonstrating, but first I want to point out that it says in the conditions you do not have an operational compass. So the only thing you will have today is your lovely 1 in 50,000 scale military map. Now everybody should have one. If you don't have one, please feel free to come up to me after I demonstrate how to do this task so we can get you guys one. I will go ahead and demonstrate how you perform this task to the standard level. Alright, now that I have demonstrated how you do it to standard, I want to go ahead and refresh you guys on the map terrain features that you will find on a military map, because this is very key to going ahead to be successful in this task. Now the way I remember the major map terrain features is with the phrase hidden valley ranch salad dressing. It works for me. If it doesn't work for you, find another way. Hill is a point or small area of high ground. When you are on a hilltop, the ground slopes down in all directions. Valley. Reasonably level ground bordered on the sides by higher ground. A valley may or may not contain a stream course. Ridge. A line of high ground with height variations along its crest. The ridge is not simply a line of hills. All points of the ridge crest are higher than the ground on both sides of the ridge. Now, as you can see right here, this is included for all the major and minor map terrain features we will go over today. I've included pictures down here to help you visualize, because some of you may remember, may not remember, some of you may have no idea what I'm talking about, but now you will. So, the first one, as you can see right here, is the display of the hill. It also includes a picture of how it will look in the physical environment. And then right below you will see a picture of it, a display of it, of how you will see it on your map. So please keep that in mind. The next two major map terrain features are saddle and depression. Saddle, a dip or low point along the crest of a ridge. A saddle is not necessarily the lower ground between two hilltops. It may be a break in a level ridge crest. Depression is a low point or hole in the ground surrounded on all sides by higher ground. Those are the pictures as well to be included. Now the next features I do want to refresh you on are on the minor ones. The way I remember these are Drill Sergeant Cliff. The first one, draw. Similar to a valley, except that it's normally a less developed stream course in which there's generally no level ground, so little or no maneuver room there. The ground slopes upward on each side and toward the hill. Next one, spur. A usually short, continuously sloping line of higher ground, normally jutting out from the side of the ridge. And the last one is cliff. A vertical or near vertical slope. A cliff may be shown on a map by contour lines being close together, touching, or by a ticked carrying contour line. The ticks always point toward lower ground. Please keep that in mind as you're trying to orientate your map to ground by terrain features. Now, so I will go ahead and give you time to practice. As you know, you guys all have maps, so go ahead and do this as you're going through. I do want to go over some of the key points here that were in the standard. You need to hold the map in a horizontal position. You need to go ahead and match terrain features appearing on your map with the terrain features you physically see. And then align the map with the terrain features on the ground. That way you can go ahead and just make sure you're getting where you need to get. So I'll go ahead and give you guys a few minutes. Go ahead and practice that. Remember, you will be demonstrating that you know how to do this. So use your time wisely. All right, I think you guys have had more than enough time to go ahead and get that practice. So the next thing we're going to do is you are going to demonstrate to me that you can do this task with level of proficiency required, which is trained. I do want to go over the task, the levels of task proficiency here. It's T is for trained, P is for practice, U is for untrained. Keep that in mind. So as we keep going, the way to actually go ahead and get a go on this class is if you come out as trained after your demonstration. You will come up one by one. I have a roster right here, handy dandy roster, all your names are on it. As you come up to go ahead and demonstrate, you know what you're doing today that we just went over the scene. You're going to go ahead and sign next to your name, and then that way I can record your results next to your name after you sign just to verify, so the platoon sergeant and platoon leader can see that we were all trained on this task together and we are trained to the standard. As you come up, please don't forget to sign your name on there, and you will go ahead and demonstrate that you can do this task to standard. Great. Beautiful. Great. So now today, most of you did achieve the level of the task proficiency level of train. There's a few of you here and there got practice. That's all right. Because if you got anything other than trained, guess what? We're gonna have to retrain and reevaluate you, just to make sure you're up to the standard that we need to be for future missions. Now, as I went over, trained is your goal for this practice. It means you know what you're doing, but you didn't really do it to standard, which was 30 degrees, within 30 degrees magnetic north. It just might be off a little more. So we're gonna go ahead and retrain and reevaluate those of you that got practice. I see on here that there's a few missing, which is fine. You're gonna go ahead and get the U for untrained. That just means they basically didn't go through this course or block of instruction, so we're gonna have to go ahead and get those retrained as well. For any of you that decided not to come up, you also got a U, so that means you basically didn't even go through this block of instruction at all. You're gonna have to redo it anyway. Now that we have finished all the demonstrations, please bring all of your military maps back up to the front. We want to make sure we get all of those returned, please. They are not yours. They're not yours to keep. They're not souvenirs. Please bring them back. All right. Thank you. Now, before we get out of here, I just want to conduct a quick AAR. So, are there any improvements we could make to this block of instruction to make it easier for you guys to understand? Maybe make it more so you have more chances to succeed at this. Thank you. Are there any sustains? Is there anything you really liked about the class that you were like, right, I want to keep this here. This was great. It really helped me. Thank you. Now, is there anything you guys would like to recommend that I add in that you didn't see or that would be really nice to have in this class? All right, thank you. Also, to just review the risk assessment here, the risk assessment overall was low. So, we did watch out for all our tripping hazards. I didn't see anybody trip. Maybe I just missed it, but I didn't see anybody trip. Nobody seemed to hurt themselves on the furniture around them, which is great as well. There was no inclement weather, so we did not have to regroup here and lose power or anything like that, which was great as well. And everybody I saw was keeping hydrated. It did get a little hot. I saw that you guys noticed that as well. Now, real quick, I just want to do one final inspection, make sure everybody turned in the materials. It's just the map, so you shouldn't have anything left. Perfect. All right. So if we don't have any questions on this training or just train features or how to actually do this task, all right, great. We're going to go ahead and finish up now. This concludes the block of instruction on how to orientate a map to ground by Map Terrain Association. You guys take care and have a wonderful day.